last time on Simply Another Band of Curiously Odd Travelers, our party had woken up yet again on the floor of the Black Ivory Inn after reliving yet another fall of the meteor upon the city of Drakenheim, stuck in this temporal anomaly, unsure 100% of what was causing or keeping them trapped in this isolated location within the city, this isolated hub of strange rogue magic. But nevertheless, it took you a bit of time to recover this time around, as it seemed a few of you had begun to succumb to the mind-altering effects of being trapped in this temporal loop yet again. But nevertheless, you found your way back up to the second floor of the inn, recovered the seal of the city, the Chancellor's crest, as well as tied up the rogue Marquis von Geltstadt, a strange, unexpected individual here in the city of Drakenheim. One Chugrulk you assumed was long dead at the end of the Civil War here in Westamar. After which, a few of you went down into the basement level of the Black Ivory Inn, re-encountering the strange group of smugglers and thieves down in the basement, having a discussion, intimidating most of them quite rapidly as you pushed into that back room where you once again found the strange fleshy pit with a creature at its base. Meanwhile, as a few of you engaged with this strange creature, Tim, you scurried back up to the first floor and the bar and piano area, realizing that something was going on with this pianist and the piano itself, tied to this whole temporal anomaly. As you dove through the window and proceeded to light the pianist and the piano on fire. As your party members seemingly subdued this creature, only to find it rise once more from the puddling goo of flesh that it had become after your initial assault. But after the destruction of the piano and the pianist, this seemingly strange phylactery that tied everything together, you were able to overcome this creature once more. And after a massive release of magics on par with nothing that any of you had ever seen in person before, you awoke on the damp, rainy ground outside the crumbling remains of the Black Ivory Inn, back in what you could only assume is present-day Drakenheim, covered in fog and the strange, contaminated like haze of the city. But nevertheless, in your hands, you had one of the remaining seals of the city, the Chancellor's crest, and an extremely gaunt, dilapidated-looking version of the Marquis von Geltstadt, who looked to be, at this point, severely aged, almost into his late 80s or 90s, a decrepit old man you only assumed had something to do with the debilitating effects of this temporal anomaly. Everyone else that you had seen in this strange cycling time loop seems to have now vanished, and the structure itself is nothing more than the decayed wreckage like many of the buildings struck by the falling meteor. But now you find yourselves here, back in the normal time period of Drakenheim, seemingly free of this temporal loop. What would you all like to do?
Are we on the same road as we were from or the road that we were coming down, the same one that we saw like those fish people? They were fish people?
You remember that road was a bit closer towards the clock tower. That was between here, a bit further south of the Slaughterstone Square that you had passed by, where you had encountered something much more massive and ominous after encountering those. But right now, let me go ahead and pull up the map for you all. You are currently by number 2, just on the eastern outside of the walls of Drakenheim, by King's Gate. The Black Ivory Inn is this building that's just to the northeast here, or what remains of it now.
Okay, and the fish people, was that closer to 12 then?
That was further south of 14.
Okay.
Down here towards the Dran River.
14 Slaughterstone Square, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was before we passed by that, because after we were running away, I remember we had an opportunity to look down there and go that way if we wanted to.
Right. Let me go ahead
I
and
don't
pull
remember
up
us going to Slaughterhouse.
You passed below it. We
went around.
So after the encounter with the fish people, we passed by it, and we stopped and looked, and there was some weird shit down there, and we were like, we don't want to think about that. Let's just go straight to the gate.
Yeah, you passed further south because this area around Slaughterstone Square is well and truly in the deep haze.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So I've got a question for you, JJ.
Sure.
How does the Aqua Expurgo work?
If you open up the
timer, right?
Well, the Aqua Expurgo, you're not in the deep haze right now. You haven't gone into the deep haze.
We're clear right here. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You're in the haze, but you're not in the deep haze where it has a much more severe contaminating effect by the very second that you remain in that location.
Did we pass through anything that would? Because I thought we took it already.
I don't remember if you took Aqua Expurgo or not. I don't
remember us taking Aqua Expurgo.
No.
Okay, I was thinking that we did because we weren't sure if we had to pass through.
Yeah, I don't remember taking. I don't think we did.
But if we didn't, then okay, then we're good. This was thinking because we just had this whole time loop. I was like, how much time was that on the Aqua Expurgo? So, but if we're good, we're good.
Right. I think you had contemplated going through that area, in the deep haze, and you had the option to do it, or going around other routes, but you ended up just threading the needle between the Dran River and Slaughterstone Square.
Yeah.
Because as you looked northward up this road here, going the opposite direction from the Dran River, looking up towards the squares where you saw this strange shadow of some sort of massive entity. Nevertheless, you now have yet another one of the seals in your hand, as well as a very decrepit old man in tow.
All right.
What would you like to do?
We need to keep this thing pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to get robbed again.
Well, we did this for the Queen of Thieves coming up here, right?
Pardon?
We came up here specifically to get this for the Queen of Thieves. So I would assume
Not necessarily to get it for her, but she gave you
like
as
a
a-
quest.
told us
from
where
her.
it was.
That
She's
was-
like,
yeah,
oh,
that was
yeah,
the,
the
that
whole.
was the reward for us for
beating her
winning
champion,
the challenge that she gave us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
for overcoming her champion, Big Linda, in
Yeah.
the fighting pits.
So presumably she's going to seek out us because we have it now and she has not been able to get it, right? But But it was not for her, and there's no deal struck where we have to bring it back to her or something back, like whatever. I just think that she's gonna come and take it from us if we don't,
Sure.
if we don't secure it in some way.
But as you look around this area, you can see that what little remains of the Black Ivory Inn. Did I ever show you guys the artwork of the Black Ivory Inn? I think I did.
I don't believe so, no.
No, maybe I didn't. I didn't want to show it to you too early because it would have given away some stuff. But,
Thanks a lot.
you're welcome. There you go. I think the strange blue and green transition would have given things away, so I didn't want to show it to you too early.
Yeah. I like the piano keys on the on like the sign too.
Yes, indeed.
That's what you saw. Now it is just a pile of sticks on the ground.
Now it's fucking exploded.
Pretty much. It had a large chunk of the meteor go through it. Yeah, now you are currently, in fact, let me pull that northern haze because this is, I think, a little pertinent right now, depending on where you want to go from here and what path you want to take to get there. You are currently in this square just outside of the King's Gate. The gate itself, as you look back over, is completely smashed to pieces. The metal raised and lowering portions of the portcullis gates on both sides are just blown open by debris and are just non-functional, but open.
I mean, I'm pretty much down for kind of going wherever, except for probably the square. Because what, Giorgio, you'd be the only one that's like actually familiar with Slaughterhouse Square, right?
Only vaguely. It was somewhere that I was explicitly forbidden to ever
Told not to
go near. So I only know. I mean, I'm familiar with it, but only through legend, right?
Through
And how
rumor
accurate
and
they are.
hearsay,
Probably
yeah.
Yeah, probably fairly accurate because it was a real thing. It's not like legend from hundreds of years ago, right?
No, it
Yeah.
is very much a real thing.
Yeah.
It is the
So-
site of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
executions.
Yeah.
So it was fucked up pre-meteor.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
some
probably more-
spooky
more
stuff
so.
going on there.
You would know, Giorgio, you would know, I think most of you would understand that Westamar in general, especially like larger cities, and Giorgio, you would know, there's not really a prison system in this part of the world. If the punishment is severe enough, or the crime is severe enough, it usually, more often than not, resulted in a capital punishment. Hence the name Slaughterstone Square.
And we just ended up killing the fish people, right? We didn't determine exact. They were saying that they were looking for something.
You recall that they were speaking about someone called the Duchess, and that they were looking for something. You're not sure what. I think you killed one of them, maybe two of them, and then the others fled. I believe.
Me in real life am blanking on exactly what they said, but there was someone that they were working for that they kind of
The
specifically-
Duchess.
Yeah.
So I guess we should probably determine, do we want to go back to the Queen or the Queen of Thieves, or... try to lay low or take this back to, I don't know, take it back to someone? Like,
I don't think we should go back here because I mean, I don't know. Realistically to me, I'm like, if she'll find some way to come to us. If she knows we have it, I feel like she'll come to us.
Yeah.
Why fucking make her fuck her and make her go through the work? And
yeah,
come
she
to
can
us.
work.
Also, if you guys haven't already, whatever you came into the inn with, you have returned to you. So essentially, you take a long rest, but the only thing that wouldn't be removed is Chugrulk, the 1 point of exhaustion that you have. But as far as your spell slots or anything that you used while in the time loop have been restored as you have exited the time loop.
Cool.
I think you pretty much arrived with most of any items that you might have used as well, you would have returned to you.
Got back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think before that, the only thing that we really did, I think I remember Chugrulk used his Thunder Thrust, but
Right.
with the time loops, it might think we're at a new day.
It does not.
Ah.
Okay.
You're basically, you realize as you stand around here that it doesn't seem like you've been gone for maybe but a couple minutes.
We were in like a weird
Time was
corporeal
frozen.
realm.
Right. It looks to be about the same time and environment that you had arrived in at the Black Ivory Inn prior to coming within its sphere of influence.
Got it.
In fact, Tim, give me an Arcana check as you stand around this location.
Oh.
17. You're not 100% certain of what kind of high magic was used in this instance, but you understand that it was probably on par with some type of 9th level spell.
Oh, that's
It was
strong.
extremely high magic, the likes of which there are less than a dozen people in the world that have access to. Oh. Thank you, Alexa. All right, I'm gonna unplug that. That'll be in the VOD. Alexa is the BBEG. But yeah, you don't understand. You wouldn't understand the specifics of it, but you would understand just the nature of the magic and the height of it is on par with a 9th level spell, whatever this was.
I mean, so it sounds like the only thing that we're like 100% just kind of like, yeah, like she'll find us as the Queen of Thieves, but outside of that, we're all kind of just like not exactly sure what to do unless someone suggested something that I didn't like catch.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure either.
I mean, the only thing like I'm curious about are the fish people and who the Duchess are, but I mean, even still, if we're like, hey, don't want to really fuck with that, like, that's fine too.
That's fair.
I'm a little bit worried that if we're like fucking around. So here's, I guess, I don't know. Like I'm worried if we're like fucking around and like we get caught off guard by the Queen of Thieves and she just like shows up while we're in the middle of trying to deal with something and then she's like, yoink, I'm taking that, right?
Right.
And also we
was
got
the
this
idea.
dude with us, right? So like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like it would be, but also like, what else are we gonna do with this thing? Because like, is there a place that we can put it that's safe? Because presumably she's got spies everywhere. I mean, when we got robbed in the church, like she was in control of someone who was on our team, right? So it's like, I mean, I don't know what we could even do where we could keep it safe unless it's in our pocket, because then I know where it is. You know, like
right.
So it's a tough call, because if we put like, part of me is afraid if we put it somewhere and go do something and we come back and it's just gone. It's like, well, that sucks. But also, just like last time, it's like, well, we had them all on our person and we just got robbed. So
Yeah.
this one's it's a doozy for sure.
And we don't actually, like, from the previous things that we've collected, we haven't noticed any sort of, like, magic about them at all, have we?
Oh, Tim, you know that this thing is highly magical. This
Alright.
this pendant that you, or whoever has the crest, that it you noticed it when you
Does anybody want to try to attune to it?
I know I can't.
you know that you can't attune to more than one of the seals of the city.
Right.
My seal was taken.
I'm attuned to 3 things. So I can't.
I think I'm only attuned to 2 right now. I mean, I could still
Unless two
attune.
is a seal, correct? Because I believe I can't attune to it either.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I
But
wouldn't be
yeah, well,
opposed
that's-
just to figure out what the fuck it is.
You're not attuned to any seals, Chugrulk. The sword is a separate thing. That is a relic of Saint Vitruvio. The seals of the city are mostly separate from that, with the exception of
Okay, well then, with
one.
that in mind, can someone? What is this item called? I was going to say describe it to me, but I'll just look it up and I can do my own.
It is described as the Chancellor's Crest.
Chancellor's Crest. Okay.
If one of you would like to attune to it, it would take about an hour to do so of minimal.
I think just like thinking about it, like like I guess like without like reading into it too much. Would there be any opposition for my with Ignatius in this?
ask
repeat
him.
that. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of like asking in law, like because like this thing is all about like thoughts and I'm just
Intrudes.
concerned that there might be some
He
kind of
doesn't want to put himself into a moral dilemma.
Ah, gotcha.
but not
So
just that, but I also like
Are you asking
yeah.
if Ignatius would have an opinion on this seal of the
I
city?
guess like I can't like I'm just curious as in in character, like if I'm getting any while I'm looking over this pendant, if there's anything coming from my blade.
You don't sense anything coming from Ignatius. In fact, give me an insight check, Chugrulk.
Okay.
You don't sense anything coming from Ignatius. It's just stoic and
Okay.
quiet, which is
Mhm.
a rare instance for the sword.
Yeah, that's somewhat more concerning.
Oh my god.
Somewhat more concerning. I think I'm going to. I'm just gonna look at this thing with disconcern and put it back where I found it, or give it back, should I say?
You are a fool for not taking the crest. That is a powerful item of the city. There have been wars fought for such things in this time. He watches
Who's
this.
saying that?
This is the marquee that's lying on the like a chunk of rubble.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I thought he died. I thought he died.
He's not looking
I thought
great.
He was dead when we came back.
Yeah,
I thought he was
no,
like,
yeah. Yeah, I was like, Ignatius sounds fucking weird right now.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
so we're basically looking at this guy and we're like, oh shit, you're still alive?
Is anyone proficient in medicine?
No.
Oop.
No.
Not at all.
Not one of us, JJ.
You do. You have the highest plus though,
It is
Cedric.
it is low on our totem pole. Medicine.
Yeah, I am +3, and maybe I can deceive someone in thinking that I am proficient in medicine.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check, Cedric.
Christ.
Okay.
Hey,
You can
man.
see that you're not certain what has caused this rapid aging of the Marquis's body, but it doesn't seem like this is like the aging itself seems like the symptoms of old age are there, but it just seems like they're like the speed at which it occurred, given what you know about this individual and their time frame and their relation to Chugrulk when you last saw the Marquis. It doesn't seem that they should be this old. It's like they're 40 years older than they should be. Like they look like they're in their late 80s to 90s. They look decrepit and ancient.
This is from the time when we also saw him inside the inn, or
Right. The Chugrulk when you all saw him in Chugrulk, when you saw him inside the inn, he didn't look too much older than when you last saw him outside the inn towards the end of the Westamar Civil War. You also notice, Cedric, that he, similar to your companion Chugrulk, seems to be like experiencing like just late stage exhaustion of some kind. He seems extreme. I mean, it might be a factor of just how old he looks right now, but it is like he just looks like he is not on death's door, but like it could barely do much of anything other than just barely stand.
He looks so old that you would think he should be dead.
Right.
Yeah.
he's like the crypt keeper.
Pretty much. Yeah, it looks.
Can I ask him how he would know about the seal? Because isn't he from Westamar, like originally?
He is a noble of Westamar. You know that Geltstadt is a city within Westamar. It's one of the noble cities further south of here. In fact, let me pull up the map. Total continent map here. Drakenheim is here. Geltstadt is almost exactly due south. Inside the Ochtenwald forest, like in between the Ochtenwald and the Brackenwald.
So he would probably know just because it says like a pseudo capital of the area.
Yes.
Like he might be familiar with the Chancellor's crest.
You would imagine so. Give me a history check. Okay. You would. He is nobility of Westamar. He is of a noble family of Geltstadt. You would imagine he'd be pretty familiar with the hierarchy of the capital city of Drakenheim if he was a marquis of a major city within the country of Westamar. So, I mean, I would imagine he knows to some degree what the hierarchy and, organization of the capital city is. More so than your average commoner within any of the cities.
Gotcha.
Do not understand what what that means, what that item is. It is an opportunity for power in this city.
Oh, I think we fully understand that.
If you take me to someplace safe, I promise I will tell you more. Everything that I know.
I think that would be Chugrulk's call, honestly, what we do with this guy. Nice turn to the Chugrulk and ask him what should we do with the Marquis.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm torn between two sides on this one. My personal opinion and then my prolific opinion, should I say.
If you leave me here to die, then you will be at fault for the very crime that you were sentenced unjustly for. Keep that in mind. You will have zero proof. It will be your word against that of mine brother.
He does speak exactly my thoughts. How far would we have to take him? Like, in my knowledge, do I have to roll for that?
Not necessarily. I mean, wherever you assume is the safest place to take him is.
Yeah.
That's up to y'all.
I guess like that's my question to yeah, you know, like obviously like I need this guy as proof, but you know at the same time, yeah, proof is foreboding. Like I'm not like I'm caring less and less about my reputation as these shenanigans unfurl.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention the Cedric, you recall as you're turning around, there is one other individual who survived this incident. The pilgrim, Balthazar, yes.
Yeah.
Balthazar Adamos. A potential follower, a potential follower and pilgrim of the Falling Fire. He seems to be just staring at the wreckage, and you see him on his knees. He's got his holy symbol in his hands. You just hear him muttering prayers, and that's when you turn around and you hear him, uttering prayers, unsure of what's going on, but just glad to not be trapped in that continuing hellacious memory over and over again. He doesn't seem to be as debilitated by that temporal loop as the Marquis is, and you're not quite sure why, but he doesn't seem to be as affected by it.
As far as like extreme aging.
Yeah, he seems to be showing signs of just general exhaustion, but he doesn't seem to show it physically as much as the Marquis does.
Okay. I'm just gonna excuse myself from the other people and just like go over to him and wait for him to get through his prayers for now.
You hear him, muttering back and forth. Thank you. Blessed be the heroes that come to us from the skies. Blessed be the fire that falls and cleanses the earth. Blessed be the flame. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for getting me out of whatever that was. I don't have much in the way of resources, but whatever I have at my disposal is yours to take. Do you mind if I accompany you to wherever you're going? Whatever safe haven. I was on my way to the St. Selena's Abbey to meet up with other members of the Falling Fire, and I came upon this inn I can't imagine. Seems like mere days ago now, but I don't know how much time was lost in that place. Perhaps if you could escort me to the Abbey, then certainly Her Holiness Lucretia Matthias might be able to shed some light on this situation.
We can certainly get you closer. Can't guarantee safe passage, but we could probably get you, at the very least, get you to a safer spot.
Of
do we
course.
actually know where this is?
The
St.
Abbey?
Selena's Monastery? Yeah, have we been
Yes, Giorgio, you would know that St. Selena's Monastery is not far from, it's in the southern edge of the Temple Ward, right along the Dran River. It's number 13 on your map.
Okay.
It's about halfway in between the Champion's Gate and the Temple Gate. Temple Gate is where you fought all the Garmir that led you to the Cathedral of St. Vitruvio. It's still technically within the Temple Ward, but it's on the southern edge of the Temple Ward on the opposite side of the Dran River. And what you do remember of your past here in the city, at the time when you were living here in the city wasn't in its current state. It was a bit of a healing house, but it was also known as somewhat of a mental institution.
Oh, cool.
But it was run by the Church of the Sacred Flame at the time.
So we're just familiar with the place. We haven't like been there.
No, you haven't been there. You just know of it, or Giorgio would know of it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna ask him. Balthazar, he had no knowledge of the meteor or anything that has taken place. Maybe
I know of the catastrophe from 15 years ago, and of course the following civil war, but I had no idea of the consequences and the catastrophe that lied here in this city. Only that those who would see this as an unholy event are simply don't have the clarity of mind to perceive it as what it could be, the potential of the falling fire, the new sign of a new flame, the new sign of heroes to come to escort us into a new world.
cool. I'm just gonna tell him again that we can get him to a safe spot. And at the very least, we can, make sure that he's closer to the monastery than he once was. But
I would be eternally grateful. Yes, of course. I understand that it is a tremendous ask after everything that you've already done. But anything I can do to help, and you see him scramble through a satchel on his waist, and he does have a handful of. He has a pair of small, normal healing potions in his satchel, in addition to some rations. Whatever I have, please. It's the only thing I can offer as payment.
I'm just gonna thank him for now, and let him know we can discuss this maybe further as we possibly get closer to everything.
Of course, yes.
I'm just gonna tell him to just stay put for now. We're trying to figure out what exactly our next plan of action is.
Yes,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
Go back to the group. And I'm just gonna ask the group, like, guys, I feel like we don't have any further business here. What are we thinking about doing here?
I mean, if we're gonna further business here, we could probably just skedaddle, right?
Yeah. I do think that not being close to. Oh, excuse me, guys. I do think that being not close to the square is gonna be a lot more comfortable than being here. So maybe we just go back to the barracks for now, and think about and make a decision from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not in a hurry to do anything else. We're not like late for anything. Like I know we've had a bunch of things back to back up until now. This is the first time that we're not like, oh, we have to finish this before this time. You know, like I think that we have some time to just rest.
Right. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that.
That sounds good to me.
We do need to be careful and sneak back because there's possibly some fish people plotting an ambush waiting for us to come back. Who knows?
Yeah. Styx doesn't come up this far from what we know, right?
Pardon?
Styx doesn't come up this far along the river from what we know, right?
No, from what you know, you've only ever seen Styx's ferry in that one location of the Dran River, within that like
Okay.
1 mile span here at marker 8, just outside the center walls of Drakenheim. You've never seen his ferry inside or any other part of the river.
Got it. Okay. Damn, there was hope that we could do Styx. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine going back with the barracks if that's what we're gonna do. If we decide to actually go through with that, I would probably let everyone know I could go ahead and up our stealth a little bit so we can sneak with a little more certainty that we can make it through. We also haven't determined what we want to do with the marquee though either, right? But I mean, if we plan on going, we could just leave the marquee here, or we could take him with us. But it seems like he might be in a bit of a non-traveling shape.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him. This dude's just gonna fucking drag us down. He's basically on death's door. Fuck it.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Know that
Georgio
you will
has
be
spoken.
blamed for my death after all, then. If you were to leave me here to die in this hellhole.
Didn't you just tell us to leave like a little while ago?
No.
Okay, I'm misremembering. I thought he
He's-
said something about.
no,
just
he
leave
stated
me.
that if-
Okay.
He stated that if you leave him here, Chugrulk will get blamed for what he was already unjustly blamed for.
Oh, got it.
Was the gist of it. Sorry if the accent was a little thick.
You know what? I've come to terms with it. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. Do we have? Does he have any like markings or anything that we can take off him?
Give me an investigation check. He can't resist. For mechanical purposes, he's at level 5 exhaustion.
God. 1 sec. I closed D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he wanted to resist you, he couldn't.
All right. Investigation. Ooey. Ooey.
I mean,
9.
nothing of significant indicator. He doesn't really have any like signet rings or anything on him currently. I mean, he has some finer looking clothing, but it's pretty rough and tattered. It doesn't have any type of insignia of the city or anything on his personage that would, denote that, he was of noble standing or as a specific noble.
I have no use for him then. If Chugrulk says we're gonna leave him be, then I have no problem leaving him be personally.
Fuck this guy.
There you go.
You heard the man.
I hope you
I'm gonna look you
rot.
dead in the eye. I'm gonna look you dead in the eye and I'm gonna say, fucking remember this the next time you talk shit to me in the fucking room thinking that you can get me to do what you want.
I may not be able to make you do anything, but that won't matter when your head is on a pike.
This guy keeps fucking yapping. Let's go.
Enjoy running for the rest of your days.
Enjoy dying like a miserable lone soul like you are.
Honestly, it's good cardio. I'll take it.
Anyway, as you all begin to head back towards the barracks, leaving the stumbling, ancient and decrepit Marquis to find his own way in the extremely dangerous city of Drakenheim. Let's talk about where you all are heading and how you are heading back. What is your intended path back? Either through the city, around the walls? Like, what is your intent here?
Georgio, you said you like going back to like just south of the Temple Ward, like towards the gate at 4, right?
Yeah. Back to the barracks where we've been treating as our home base. Yeah.
The barracks are at number 9 up here.
Sorry, yeah, that's what
Oh,
I meant.
okay.
Yeah.
Temple Ward is where you had the battle with the Garmir,
Yes. Okay.
which is now currently being controlled for the most part by the by a contingent of hooded lanterns, as well as a handful of individuals representing the Falling Fire. And you've seen the odd, scattered individuals still lingering around the city of the Church of the Sacred Flame or the Silver Order Knights. But for the most part, you saw the majority of them marching out of the city.
And so number 12 on the map, sorry for asking so many geography questions with it. That's the Celestial Clock Tower, or the, not Celestial Clock Tower, but the...
Cosmological Clock Tower?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of your center point within the city. That is also controlled by the Hooded Lanterns currently. That is kind of their
Okay.
waypoint in the center of the city.
We, unless something's changed over the past, like, hour when we were stuck in this time loop, or however long ago from when we left that, it's probably a safe haven at the very least.
Yeah, when you had stopped off here on your way to this location for the Black Ivory Inn, you had stopped off in the clock tower briefly.
Right.
Give me a Cedric, give me a survival check if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. You needed a 5. All you needed was a 5. It was a
God.
pretty low check.
Wild.
You're not certain the exact time frame, but you know, you can tell that it seems like it maybe plus or minus, or plus a few hours since you entered. When you first arrived at the Black Ivory Inn, you're not 100% sure of the exact time, but just given the amount of sunlight, which is dwindling quickly, it's probably late afternoon sometime right now. You're not certain if any additional days have passed, but you know it's roughly late afternoon, and that the sun will probably set within the next no more than 2 hours.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask you, but I don't know what you guys think. We know the clock tower is maybe like halfway, and it's at least a safe haven for now. It might be worthwhile to work our way over there. Granted, there are those fish people, but just leave it out there.
I mean, I'm down to risk it. Like, if that's our like kind of safe haven, like we've got like a plan of like somewhere to hold out if things do go bad.
Safe haven with the fishy people.
That's it. Like, safe haven, quote unquote, as well as we're gonna find one at this stage, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, no, I do understand your though.
You all do remember that there is a location at the clock tower. There's a point of the tower that at the very top that is above the haze. So if you needed to stop there and rest, it is probably the safest point outside of traveling all the way back to the barracks that you are aware of. If you needed to rest there longer than, just an hour or two, you could do so and get the full benefits of a long rest if you had to.
You said it's close to sundown? Or at
You would
least, like,
imagine
within
it.
the next 2 hours.
Yeah, within the next 2 hours, it'll be dark.
I mean, we probably could go to the clock tower and chill at the top.
Yeah. Chugrulk, Georgio, any opposition?
Honestly, to me, that sounds like the play.
All right. Yeah, I guess that we'll work our way over to the clock tower. I'm still gonna cast pass without a trace.
Okay.
Regardless, so we have some pseudo cover as we're walking through, but
Okay. Well, let me know right now what is your desired path back to the clock tower? What way are you going here? In fact, let me pull up the
safest way possible.
yeah, DM.
That is entirely subjective, so there are consequences for everything. That is your choice to make. I just pulled up the area of deep haze just so you have that as a reference point there.
Got it. So north through 16 over to Queen's Park Garden and then down. I mean, from 2 to 12, I think that the only like major thing we want to avoid is Slaughterstone Square. Where approximately did we see the fish people? That was just south of Slaughterhouse Square.
Yes, it was somewhere, south of, right after you had scared the remainder of them off after basically taking down a couple of them, as you were kind of fleeing that vicinity. Georgio, as you were right here at this point, due south of Slaughterstone Square is where you saw this massive shadowy entity moving back northward into the square and into the deep haze. But you were right here, like along the Dran River.
I mean, I guess positive and negative. It's a known quantity that way, but
that was, I think we did what we had decided was the safest way up, and it was pretty safe.
yeah.
Well, is that in your intended path, or what are you all doing?
Yeah, I think that's our intended path.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
I'm assuming you all are trying to be relatively stealthy.
With Pass Without a Trace, I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to need a group stealth check, and then I also need somebody to roll for Balthazar as well.
I have disadvantage because my armor, so would Pass Without a Trace negate it?
No, Pass
So
Without
you
Trace
get
just
plus
adds
10.
a plus 10 to your whatever roll.
Oh,
you have.
okay. Alright, cool. I forgot.
So yeah, just add plus 10
good.
to whatever you have.
I guess I could be Balthazar's keeper for now.
Okay.
You just want me to roll a flat d20 for him?
Yeah, he has a plus 2 to his dexterity and stealth.
That's actually crazy.
2 17s. It's not bad. That's a really good disadvantage roll.
That's what I'm saying. Nuts.
Okay.
Okay.
So 20 and a 24 for him.
Okay.
So,
Oh shit.
So you rolled a
I
1.
rolled a 2, which is
Oh.
good. I don't know what my modifier is plus 2. Look at that.
Okay, a
Okay.
14?
That's not
Let's
14.
go.
Okay. So
14.
it's Chugrulk. What did you? Okay. So
Nice,
it's
okay.
27. All right. So cool.
We fucking teleport there.
So with that in mind, I will only ask one of you to roll me a d6.
Not it.
Okay.
Okay. You feel relatively certain as you pass through the side streets with the magical interference run by your companion Cedric, deterring any would-be creatures that might be lurking in the shadows, in the sewers, in the buildings, in the dilapidated ruins of the city of Drakenheim. Occasionally you see through some of the areas as you pass through, you hear this chittering and scurrying of little feet moving around, a sound you all are all too familiar with, unfortunately, as you pass by. And they don't seem to notice you, but you notice them as you look through one of these small little, what do we call that? Not garden home, villas. One of these villa estates that you pass by in this area. You hear this chittering of dozens of small quadrupedal creatures as well as bipedal creatures. And as you look through one of the broken windows, as you stop when you begin to hear this noise, you look through and you see dozens of ratlings in this area. Most of which are quite small, no more than, a few inches long or wide. But there are a handful of the bipedal variety, larger, probably 2 or 3 foot tall ratlings wearing scraps of armor, carrying crude looking slings and what look like delirium tipped bolts and arrows in their satchels. But what really disturbs you more than anything else, you see a massive rat-like creature that is probably 10, 11 feet tall. It is just this grotesque-looking, vaguely rattling-like, monstrous entity. And as it steps, you hear it just stepping into this fragile stonework of this villa area, these pavers cracking under its weight as it turns. And as it turns, you see, in addition to the maw of its head, these rows of jagged mixed teeth with shards of delirium in its maw. It like lets out this like groaning like noise of what you can only imagine is some type of growling stomach. And as it cranes its main head backwards, you see that its stomach opens up into a secondary, even larger maw of just grotesque looking, writhing tongues and teeth all around this belly orifice. Whatever has even further mutated this ratling, it is disturbing, even more disturbing than those you saw in the Rat's Nest Tavern all too many weeks ago. For a few of you, sparking quite a bit of PTSD as this creature turns, and fortunately you don't get noticed as you manage to pass by, but it definitely gives you pause and worry as you see, for the first time since being in that Rat's Nest Tavern, you see a large number of these ratlings. It seems like without some sort of apex predator to call their numbers, that these ratlings are slowly multiplying across the city. As you see some of them burrowing out from underground and coming up into this villa courtyard.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
In fact, I might have an image of the creature that you see. Let me see. I might.
Be a lot cooler if you didn't.
I just want to make sure you can't sleep tonight. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, yes. There you go.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my
fucking
god.
nightmare fuel fucking oogie boogie, bro.
Not looking at that again. We don't have to deal with this. Let's just keep moving.
You're welcome.
Nope, that's a big no from me.
It's a meemaw. That's a meemaw.
That's the maw
Yikes.
vermin. Yes. But anyway, you quietly but swiftly get the fuck out of Dodge. As you are exuberant to hear the chittering and chattering leaving your peripheral hearing as you move further to the southern or to the northern edge of the Duran River, just due south of Slaughterstone Square. If I can go ahead and get one more group stealth check from you guys, as well as one more D20 roll for your traveling companion, Balthazar. Well, that's a religion check.
Oh, okay. Well, I can still
I'll
take a
let
1
you-
on that.
Okay. Tim, did you roll again?
Oh, sorry. One sec. My bad.
There it is.
What?
Oh my god.
Back-to-back D1s? Fuck off.
Okay. I need everyone to roll a d6.
Fucking Christ.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of sixes, y'all.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad for who? For who? For who?
You
I'm afraid 6 is bad here.
as you're walking through the alleyways, Cedric, you slam your knee up against one of the walls, dropping a big chunk off of one of the walls. And as you pause to do so, you hear the clattering of stonework. It doesn't make any sound as you stop abruptly, your spell still holding strong and muffling any sound from your footsteps. But you do notice as you do this, and Tim, you just immediately like bump in and you push Cedric into that wall, breaking off an even bigger chunk of masonry. And as you do so, you see inside that wall that's somewhat crumbled from the inside is a fist-sized chunk of delirium.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stuck in one of the stones. And seems like that blow from your knee into the wall has jostled it free. It is a full-sized delirium crystal and looks quite valuable.
Yoink.
Do I have a baggie that I can put it in? Or something that I can... I'm down to yoink for sure. I'm just not touching it. I just gotta figure out something to grab it with.
I think we all have bags, right?
I would imagine you have rags or something you could pick it up with.
Then I use my +1 rag to put it in my bag of holding.
You immediately grab a dirty, cloth out of the bag of holding and wrap it around this delirium crystal and just plunge it into the bag of holding and zip it back up. You can add a delirium crystal to your inventory.
Hot damn.
It is not quite as big as the one you went to retrieve in the Rat's Nest Tavern, but it's pretty damn close. It's about the size of a baseball.
I have added it.
Okay. See? Not every D6 roll is a bad thing.
Don't get
I was worried
comfortable.
about the 2D1s more than I was
They
the
still feel
D6s.
bad. Even with
Yeah.
this, they still feel bad, just so you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But nevertheless, after you feel relatively certain that nothing around you has noticed that clamoring of rubble from the masonry wall that you took a chunk out of, you continue moving westward, the clock tower in sight, just on the edge of this denser portion of the haze, just on the outside of the swamp-like deep haze north of you. You don't see, at least with your initial gaze northward, any sign of whatever that massive entity was towards Slaughterstone Square as you move further westward. But if I can get a perception check from everyone.
Do you want one from Balthazar as well, or just the group?
Just the group in this instance.
Okay.
I ain't perceiving shit.
Your ass is blind. My ass is... What the fuck, dude? Another nat 1?
Yeah, fuck you, Cedric.
Y'all just, yeah.
That's like, what, a 1 in, like... 1/100th of a chance? I mean, 3 nat 1s in a row?
It's like 1 in...
8,000.
Yeah. Because 2 in a row is 1 in
It's
400, yeah. Yeah, so that it would be 1 in 8,000 to roll 3 in a row.
Fuck off. Anyways, I don't perceive shit either.
But as you all come to an impasse between multiple roads, the crumbling remains of some of these city streets, buildings ripped to shreds by the resulting cavalcade of falling extraterrestrial rocks many years ago, as well as just the nature itself reclaiming this part of the city. The weather decaying any of the wood and anything around it. You don't see any remains or any creatures, but as you come to a break in the road, or a portion of the road going northward, or an intersection, and then the road heading due are pretty much almost perfectly southwestward towards the clock tower along the river, you hear something just overhead, almost like a snapping noise, like the snap of a finger. And you hear and you see almost instantaneously a sudden flash of bright, dazzling light and patterns of color directly in front of all of you. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oop.
I swear to fucking God, dude.
Just so you know, the DC is 17.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
On the
fucked.
table. Wow, great. Golly.
Okay.
Golly.
Save. What a save. Wisdom save.
I can't perceive shit, but I'm wise to my ears.
Traits. You said you said the DC was what? 17.
17.
Okay, I've rolled an 8, so I've got +2 sets of 10. I failed that. I'm thinking, should I use Indomitable, or should I save it for later? Because I'm probably gonna fail because it's really hard. I'll just roll 20. I'm doing it. Re-rolling this.
Okay.
I've rolled a 7 instead, so that's enough. It's a little bit worse.
Cedric
Oh my god.
and Tim, you are able to cover your eyes from this series of patterned lights and flashes that seem to have your other two companions transfixed in this sudden moment, this flash of disorienting color. Georgio and Chugrulk, you are incapacitated for the moment. At that same second, you hear a sudden click of some sort of trigger as a number of projectiles come in your direction, Tim and Cedric. Tim does I would assume a 27 hits you.
Sure as shit does.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. All right.
No,
It's a lot
not
of
multiple. Not multiple. Not multiple, please. Fucking Christ.
Tim, you take 32 piercing damage.
Fucking
And I need you to
yikes,
make a
dude.
Constitution saving throw.
32
Oh my
piercing.
god, why don't you ask for my fucking social security number while I'm at it?
Don't worry, I'll get it.
32,
Fucking
literally
Christ.
a third of your health. I'm incapacitated. I can't help. Sorry, bub.
Cedric, at
all
the same
good.
time, you hear another click, and this one not as good. I
Good,
think
good.
a 17 total.
Nope. I ducked that bitch.
You
What,
barely
what
duck
do you
out of
need
the
to roll?
way as another delirium-tipped arrow slams off of your shield.
Ding.
And you see a archer on one of the nearby rooftops. Tim, what was that con save?
Oh, that's what I was asking. What am I rolling?
Constitution.
There we go.
Of
course.
You do not pass. You gain 1 point of contamination, and I need you to roll me a d6, please.
Oh.
You do not gain a mutation, but you do have one level of contamination from the delirium tip arrow that slams in between the armor plating and catches you in the back shoulder.
Okay.
And you see opposite the individual, behind one of the nearby walls, a somewhat familiar looking tiefling, a dark gray skin, horns that kind of curl inward and then back outward in like the V-like pattern. You vaguely remember this individual from the Queen of Thieves private fighting pits as the tiefling Deceit.
Oh, that was from a really, really long time ago.
No, you saw them when you fought Big Linda.
Oh, that was with Big Linda. Okay.
He was among the Queen of Thieves lieutenants. But with that, I need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Yeah.
All right. So the first shot was a surprise round from the tiefling Deceit. He is going to, let's see. He's going to take another shot at you, Tim, seeing as you're holding one of the seals of the city. So first shot with his hand crossbow. He's going to use his bonus action to knock up another arrow. And that is... what's his modifier here? That is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Well, he is going to use his second bonus action as a thief to duck in behind you. Yeah, he's gonna duck in behind you here. Sec, I gotta change layers. Why is this not letting me select? Why can't I move that token? It's weird. Hold on. Under. Why isn't it letting me move this token? Hold on. Oh, this is annoying. For some reason I can't move this token, you know?
Sucks. Oh,
It
man.
was meant to be.
Oh, you wish. You.
Guess you don't need to move 'em.
wish. What the hell, man? For some reason I can't move this token, which is super weird. I move him to the... Oh, I moved him to the map layer, that's why. That's
Really?
Classic
why.
DM.
Yeah, you know. Oh, man. There we go. Now I can move him. Yeah, he's going to duck in behind you. And offhand, try to stab you one more time. Let's see. This one would not be with that. But that is a natural 19 on the dice. So that is a 30 to hit.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you were so lucky it had to be a 20. If it was a 20, that would have been nasty.
Well, if you did a 20, I would have fucking chronoed you, but, you know.
Well, the effect would have still gone off. That's the reason I say it. You take 9 points of piercing damage
No.
Okay.
as he stabs you from behind. Chugrulk, you are... Go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw, please. You still need to beat a 17.
Okay.
You can consistently have to beat a 17?
Okay.
That's crazy.
You got to beat their DC.
Every turn is crazy.
Chugrulk, you managed to just barely shake it off as you uncertain what's going on. But you come to look up and you can see that there are suddenly a number of individuals surrounding your group. Staring up. The other person I forgot to roll for was Balthazar. In fact, somebody roll me a d20. Or
My d20s are good. Hang on a second.
Yes, please.
I
Someone
rolled a
else.
5. Sorry.
5.
You.
So I forgot to.
Fucking perfect, dude.
Maybe low is good. Who knows? I'm switching d20s, by the way.
Okay. Well, he's now on the board. So and I'll
That's just funny.
It is what it is, guys.
Let me drop him here somewhere. All right. So he'll go after you, Cedric. But Chugrulk, that is your turn, but you are no longer incapacitated.
Okay.
As you come to terms with what is going on, that you are being attacked and surrounded. Tim, we are on to you. You just got pierced by a delirium area and then stabbed in the back. What are you doing?
Good question. Next to me, so I can't do a whole lot. So just see. I will cast Burning Hands at level 3.
Okay. What is the DC on that?
18 Dex.
18 dex. Okay. That is a 17 on their save. So they're going to use evasion to negate that to half damage. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
But they only take half. Okay, so that would be 6 total. All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
Nope.
All right. Giorgio, I need another wisdom save from you.
Okay.
You got to beat a
And
17.
I'm incapacitated, right?
Yes, you are under the effect of some type of spell.
Okay. I rolled a 17 on the dice. Let's go. I think a +2.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a +2. Since
You managed to shake off the strange sensations clouding your mind, the strange patterns that had you locked in this dumbfounded gaze. You managed to shake it off. That is your turn, but you are no longer incapacitated.
Cool.
Let's go.
Cedric, we're on to you.
So we actually see Deceit right now, or
You see Deceit,
she's-
and you see one other individual on this rooftop, the one that shot the arrow at you that you deflected away.
Okay.
JJ, real quick. Now that I'm awake, I have like my reaction and things like that, right?
Yes, yeah, you would still have your reaction in this turn.
Okay, perfect.
Right, but you don't get to do anything on your turn because it goes immediately to the saving throw. For the purposes of clarification, that was a hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk up to the guy and just attempt to hit him with my not Atom Smasher, was it Cosmic Comet Smasher?
Comet Smasher, Atom Smasher. Wrong
Knew
franchise.
something. Yeah, right.
Wrong franchise. This game actually functions most of the time.
A 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 does not hit. You swing wide, and he ducks out of the way.
It's stupid. Yeah, I don't think I have much else, unfortunately. So I'm gonna, yeah. So Deceit's the one that's up on the actual rooftop right now, you said, right?
No, Deceit is the one you just swung at. That is the
Oh,
tiefling.
and it's a random archer up on the top.
Yeah, some sort of cloaked individual up on the rooftop that fired a delirium-tipped arrow at you.
Got it. I am just gonna go ahead and move over just so I can be closer to them, just in case we need to
Okay.
do something, but just like move there, and then my turn.
Okay. Balthazar is up next. He's... I can help it to a small extent. And he's going to go ahead and cast Bless
Wish.
on...
Oh.
You wish. Yeah, no. He's going to cast Bless on you, Cedric, and you, Tim. So...
Oh.
I think...
Thanks.
let me double check and Bless. What's the capacity on that?
guy.
Because he got some stuff back as well when you all... check here. But... you bless up to... Oh, up to 3 creatures. He's going to upcast it, and he's going to cast it on all 4 of you. So you all currently have the effects of Bless upon you. You get a +4 on your... I believe your...
Saves?
Add to attack rolls and saving throws, yes. I'm going to put a marker on him since he's concentrating. That's good. We'll just put that on there. Okay. Cool. That is... He's going to step behind you, Chugrulk. He is not cool with that. But let's see. Next up is the assassins. In addition to this guy who knocks another arrow in his crossbow, you hear, in addition to him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more seemingly movements all around you. Chugrulk, 3 of these individuals are going to fire at you. Let me go ahead and put them on the right layer. 1. As you see them suddenly appear, seemingly out of nowhere, something previously cloaking them from all around. These guys are going to fire at you with advantage, since you did not see them. The first one is a 19 to hit. I don't think hits.
Nope.
All right. Next one is also a 19 to hit. One more. Yeah, that one's going to hit. That was a 17 on the die, plus what their modifier. So that's a 25 to hit. 1 of 3 hits you. So that is going to be 9 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You do not gain a level of contamination as you manage to pull the delirium arrow out of your shoulder before it has time to sink into your bloodstream. And then these other 2 over here, or these other 3, including the one that had already appeared, are going to, let me get them on the board here, are going to fire at 2 of them at you, Tim, and 1 of them at you, Cedric.
Okay.
Player token. Got it. All right. First 2 at you, Tim. These are at advantage since they were invisible. 21 to hit on the first one.
I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay. So what's your current AC with shield?
It's 19 with shield. It becomes 24.
24. Okay. So this guy needs to roll a 16 up on the dice. So I'm going to roll this one above the table here. So he needs to roll a 16 on, or more on the dice to hit you.
Oh, with the bonus or whatever.
Yes. To meet the 24. Which he does not. So shield blocks both the bolts. Cedric, this one is going to steady aim, leaning down on one knee and using it to brace himself to fire at you. That one getting a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And with the seat right beside you, he's going to sneak attack you.
What?
He's a rogue, buddy. Rogue's got
That's not
sneak.
legal.
Rogue's got a sneak attack. The seat's right next to you.
Fair.
Simply look straight at him, dude.
Ugh.
That is 16 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Can I cast shield? Is that a thing I can do, please?
Do you have shield?
No.
But as this is being said, just behind you, you begin to hear muttering of a feminine voice on the rooftop, and let's see, they are going to cast. Might I ask to everyone in the group, who is carrying the Chancellor's Crest right now?
Balthazar.
Who is carrying the Chancellor's Crest?
I don't think we ever like spellbound
No,
that.
we didn't. Well, no, because I think what it was is that Chugrulk had it, but then he didn't want to, and then
Yeah, I gave it back. Like I said I give it back to like whoever I took it from or whatever. Like, so who had it? I thought you might have had it when I took it off of you.
no, you had it.
Yeah, I know I had it, but I'm saying that I had to have gotten it from someone or something, right?
From what I recall,
Yeah.
and I may be mistaken, but I think when we, in the last loop, when we like just barged into the room and we're like, we're not dealing with any of this nonsense, I think I walked in, grabbed it off the thing, and tossed it to you, Chugrulk. I think.
Okay.
Because I
But
remember when we woke up.
I
thought when we woke up that Stopper said it.
I'm pretty sure I grabbed it and tossed it to
If
someone.
I had it, then I probably just yeeted it. So like, we probably don't have it now. Like, if that's the case.
We
I'm just
left
being
it.
honest.
No,
like,
no, you didn't. Nope, you did not. You sure didn't yeet it. You did not yeet it.
right?
If you'd like, we can leave this up to
You
chance,
did
and I'll roll a
not
d4 to
eat it.
see who has it.
All I'm
Uh,
saying is,
Fine.
all I
Let's just
remember
do
saying
that.
Okay.
back
Let's
to
just do
whoever.
that.
I put
All
it.
right.
So yeah.
So
I call
Cedric,
2.
I think I
Cedric-
was under the coercion that I was giving it back to Georgio, like at that stage, just to give some context.
That's fine. If you checked it and handed it back to me, then I got it. Like that's all right.
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
And I think that was like my intention, thinking that you'd given it to me at that point.
It's in
So
my
yeah, that makes
pocket. I was talking about being nervous about it being anywhere, so I think it would make sense for me to be like, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't know. It's fine.
okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
I got it, JJ. It's me.
Why didn't we put it in the bag of holding?
That would have been a genius move, to be honest.
Actually, though,
I forgot we had one.
that's so good though.
Well, here, I'll let chance decide. Somebody roll me a d6. On a 1 through 3, it's Chugrulk. On a 4 through 6, this is not for the crest, but this is for who gets targeted. On a 4 through 6, it's Georgio.
Yeah, that makes so much sense actually. All right, I'll roll it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Georgio, I need you to make a wisdom save.
All right. Me and my big brain.
This is a
I rolled
17.
a 16, so I've got an 18, baby.
You managed to shake off whatever strange effect is beginning to try to take over your consciousness and your mind and your body. And you manage to shake it off as you see a purple-skinned tiefling sitting on top of the rooftop with a book in her hand in a sort of crisscross applesauce, very nonchalant pattern as she stares down at you all, seemingly flippantly casting spells at you as if you don't really mean a whole lot to her, as you see this the female tiefling lies sitting on the rooftop.
Does do I what is the general temperament towards tieflings in this day and age?
No more, no less than any other race in general.
Okay.
It generally comes down to their perception and their standing in society. I would imagine anyone would be quite miffed if these individuals attacked them.
Certainly. I'm trying to decide if.
But you've experienced,
as-
River,
trying
the
to decide if as a
tiefling.
character I rate this
Yeah.
towards tieflings or not.
No. I wouldn't
But I know
imagine,
that
you
it's-
being
I know
not
that
a
it's
non-human race
okay.
yourself would not
So,
really
yeah.
hold that kind of. But anyway, ooh, let's see. Yeah, they're just gonna end it there, very nonchalantly. Let me go ahead and add them to the board, though. They'll be the end of the initiative order. They rolled really badly. And then we are back to the top of the round with Deceit. They are going to pull at their hood, and both you, Cedric, and you, Tim, watch as they vanish from view directly in front of you.
Rogues.
And okay. And yeah, that's their turn. Chugrulk, we are on to you. What would you like to do, sir?
Alrighty. Well. Jesus. Just like a loaded question at this point. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this person that's right in front of me, they're with us, correct? Just making sure I'm not like mistaken completely.
Yes, Balthazar is with you guys.
Yeah.
He's
cool. He's cool.
Fuck you, old man.
I was genuinely assuming that was Balthazar, but I was like, I hadn't actually asked like which one,
Yes,
like, and I don't want to
yes.
like do some dumb shit. And then I'm like, what?
I turn around and I start slashing.
yeah. So just start beating the shit out of this guy. Like,
This poor old man.
yeah.
Poor old
It's
refugee
like
Balthazar.
wailing.
Bitch, be cool. Tell that bitch to be cool.
Bitch, be cool.
That being said, okay, well, I'm gonna take my movement and this wall here, like this is just like a broken wall, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's just a curb, like a street curb
Yeah.
between a
that's
sidewalk and the street itself. It's probably
I
like
just see those lines.
yeah. You're
Always
good.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna start swinging at this guy. To be honest.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how we go.
24. Yes, that definitely hits.
Nice. Okay.
Are you going to use your bonus action to call out Ignatius?
I don't think at this stage I am.
Okay. So it'd just be the 10 slashing damage then.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to uncanny dodge to reduce that to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely hit, and you draw blood, but you don't quite, as he swings wide and begins already cocking another bolt in his hand crossbow. You don't quite catch as much of center mass as you intended.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind though.
Okay. And you still have your second
alright.
attack as well.
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's a lot of HP.
Nice. Whoa, you take that. Now I'm back to full, which is beautiful.
Also, you guys, I think, leveled up last round, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, we did, but Chugrulk didn't.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I did.
No,
if
like you
want-
didn't do it on she, yeah.
Right, because
Oh,
it would have been,
exhaustion.
yeah, it would have been
Oh,
1d8. So
right.
that should be 21 that you return, which I think puts you at max anyway, so it's not.
Yeah.
But if you want to quickly add your level, because you did make it to, you are level 11.
Yeah, sorry. There's a couple of things on my.
I just noticed it when it said plus 10, because it's a d10 plus whatever your level is.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna add that real quick.
I don't think you get anything
just
major.
Extra attack.
Fighter 11 is.
Oh,
yeah,
you get 3 attacks
it's
now.
just
Oh,
30,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Get his ass.
Shit just got hairy.
Get his ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels.
And everybody
kinda
else already leveled up, correct?
Yeah.
No, I forgot.
Oh, you also.
good.
I
forget
shouldn't
you
have
just,
said anything.
Level 15.
Y'all owe me one. I shouldn't have said shit.
No, that's okay. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, now back on max health and got a couple of extra attacks to go.
Yeah,
may
you
as
got
well
2 more
swing.
attacks. 25 definitely hits. Okay. Are you just doing the slashing, or are you going to ignite Ignatius? Or you already used your bonus action, so
Yeah, I
it
was gonna say,
doesn't
I
matter.
don't, like, yeah. I
Okay.
just didn't want to like get fucking one kit KO'd in the next.
Right.
That's all.
No, you
Yeah,
you
so-
definitely, yeah, you hit
Perfect.
solidly this time around.
Alright.
Yeah, 29 definitely hits. This guy is not looking good. As those 2-second strikes, he is barely holding on.
That's what I wanted to hear. All right, let's go.
All right.
And with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna look back at the rest of the group and just kind of like give him a bit of like I got this guy situation.
This dude is very hurt.
This guy's like, come on, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, I forgot level 11. You get 3 attacks. All right, Tim, we are on to you. What would you like to do?
What guy here? That's Is there here where that is it like that's an opening right directly in front of him? Like that's a doorway?
It's just a fallen wall, yeah, but there's nothing blocking it. Yeah, there's an opening right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this is like maybe a 4 or 5 foot like crumbling wall in this area, and there's like you could walk through this in this location, and then there's like a busted door, and you see the other guy was shooting through this opening.
I think I will just go for a plain old fireball on the tiefling up on the roof here.
What level are you casting that at?
Cantrip.
Firebolt or fireball?
Sorry, firebolt. Sorry.
Oh, firebolt. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Go ahead and cast your spell.
We're not going. I was like, fuck you just yet.
All right, go ahead
He's
and cast your
spell. He's
spell.
fed up already.
She's gonna go ahead and cast shield.
Why does she get that, but I don't?
Cause wizard, buddy.
Okay.
Cause wizard.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Well, hold on. I just want to double check one thing. Hold on.
Just so you know, her AC is now 23. She just barely made that, even with that.
Well, that's the thing. I think my incredible staff gives me +2 to my spells.
You also have the bless,
Yeah,
plus
bless.
4, so even if you roll the 1, you would still hit either way. So, so yeah, you can go ahead and roll damage then, because if you rolled the bless, it would give you the +1 either way.
Okay. So first off, this is the damage from that, and then
Okay.
because I just want to double check where is it? Because the arcane firearm that I have, I'm gonna add a D8 on top of it.
Okay.
So that's 25 in total.
Okay. A solid strike as it singes all over her body. Oh, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you realize. What was the total? 25?
25.
Okay, so for mechanical purposes, she is resistant to fire because she is a tiefling.
Should have thought about that. Yeah, all right.
Right, so it still does damage, but just not as much as you thought. So
Okay.
that reduces it down to 12 total damage.
Okay.
Because tieflings. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
Giorgio, we are on to you. You managed to shake off whatever mind-altering spell this tiefling was attempting to cast on you.
Where's the tiefling? I see,
One of
I see.
them disappeared, and one of them's up on the roof.
This is the one that was muttering at me that I presume is the source of the
Yes.
thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, if I go here, and I go here... Inventory... It is bonus action, perfect, okay. Using my bonus action to click my heels together and activate my boots of speed. Wait, no, that's not what I need to do. Because it's... Where's my psi stuff? So my bonus action for telekinetic leap. Gaining fly speed equal to twice my walking speed, so I've got 60 flight.
Okay.
So I am going
shit.
telekinetic leap. That should be exactly 60 to get me. No, 45 even. Very cool.
Right. She's about 12 feet up on this roof.
Yeah, and so I should be able to just jump next to her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I will do that. Oops. So I will jump next to her. That's
As you
bonus
land on
action.
the roof, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you watch an arcane glyph at your feet begin to light up as you land beside her.
Okay. I've rolled a 19.
Okay.
Dex is +2, so 21.
21. You do succeed.
Fantastic.
Um,
And I will attack.
okay, well, hold on. That is 24 fire damage reduced to 12
Okay.
for landing on the arcane sigil at your feet
Okay.
as it explodes on you at your feet.
Actually, I might as well now because it is what it is. Where's I believe it is reaction. Yeah, protected field, psionic field. When I take damage, I can use my reaction 1 psionic dice to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 12. So a d10 is here. That's a 5. So d plus 2. So I've reduced it by 7. So I'm taking 5 damage.
Okay.
And that's my reaction. So my bonus action and my reaction are gone. And I will proceed with the attack.
Okay. Right now, her AC is a 20. I believe it was a 23. Yeah, 23.
Okay. So we'll do 3 attacks. Attack number 1 is a 22.
So that just misses off the top of the shield.
Okay, I'll swing again. And this one is another 22.
Another just barely clipping the edge of the shield.
And
You have a
then
+4,
I think
right?
missing the first 2. What's that now?
You have a plus. Do you still have your bless, or did you use that?
I do.
So both of those would hit with the bless. Is it bless on?
Either of
Is it
them.
on every attack roll, or is it just on?
I-
It's on every attack roll, if I remember.
Bless up. I don't know.
Let's see.
Bless
Roll is
up,
each
man.
Add a number roll. Every attack
Bless
roll or saving
up.
throw. Whenever. Okay, yeah. So it's every one. So either way, you would just need one more. So either both
One
of
more
those
point,
will
so
hit.
I get at minimum, right?
Right.
If even if I'm rolling a 1.
Right. So both of those would hit.
Okay, awesome. Then that does change what I would do. So the first 2 hit. Actually, I do want to roll damage on those to see before I make a decision on what I do for the third one. So unarmed strike, that's 1d8 plus 5. So there's my d8. That's a 5 on the first one, so 10 damage for the first swing.
Okay.
And that's an 8, so 13 damage for the second swing, so 23 damage total so far. Actually, the second punch I will pump with the ring that I have.
Okay.
So 3 charges. Each is 1d6. So we're going to add 12 damage.
Okay.
So that should be, 35 total?
Yes.
The extra 12 is radiant, if that makes a difference.
No, it does not.
Okay. So 35 damage total. Does it look like I've done a lot of damage to this tiefling?
You've definitely done a lot of damage. They're looking pretty hurt.
Okay, then I will just swing a third punch.
Okay.
And this one I've rolled an 18, so this is going to be a 27.
Yeah,
hits, I
that
believe.
definitely hits.
Okay. And so the last bit of damage is going to be 2 and 5, so 7.
Okay.
Now, let me see one other thing. On the last one, I have Crusher. Once per turn, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, I can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to move the tiefling to the side, to the right, off of the roof.
Okay.
Nice.
With the last punch. With the last punch.
Okay.
Whoop.
So they fall and they take. Okay. They fall. They make a dexterity save. They do succeed. They manage to land. They do take some bludgeoning damage as they fall, but they do manage to stay on their feet. They're looking pretty hurt. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think I have any more movement, right?
That would have been, yeah, the bulk of your movement.
Then I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Cedric, on to you.
All right, so one of the tiefling is currently on the ground, kind of just behind me, right?
Yes, they've fallen. They're kind of, they took a knee, and it looks like they took a bit of damage from the fall, but they haven't fallen prone, as they managed to catch themselves as they fell down from the roof.
I'm gonna first start with Toll the Dead on them.
Okay.
It's a 15 wisdom.
They rolled a 26.
Okay. So that's not gonna hit.
No.
What a shame. Then I'm gonna walk over after that and attempt to swing.
Well, Toll the Dead is an action, correct?
Oh, fuck, I thought it was a bonus action. Yep,
Nope.
sure is. Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb, I should have known that. That's fine. Then I'm still gonna stand there. Do I not have a healing bonus action?
I'm gonna stand there menacingly.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have a healing.
menacingly.
You could use Healing Word, or, that's a bonus action. And you only cast a cantrip, so you could still use a leveled spell.
Okay, that's wild. I thought I did. It didn't show up underneath my bonus
you
actions.
you have a reaction stone's endurance because you're Goliath, right?
Yeah, that's for reducing my stuff.
Yeah, he didn't take
like
any
from me,
damage
but I didn't take any damage. I'm
He's
trying
talking
to
about-
think of.
to heal somebody.
Yeah, I've seen Tim
healing,
getting.
Oh, healing someone else. Okay,
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I've seen Tim get hit quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Yeah, I'll cast a healing word at level 3 on Tim.
Okay.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah, pal. 8. Ain't that great?
Man, I'll take it.
Yeah. And then I'll just yep, as Tim said, stand there menacingly.
Okay. Balthazar, still trying to concentrate on Bless, is going to try to duck in behind one of these walls so he doesn't get shot at or stabbed or something of the like. He's still focusing on Bless on all of you guys. The assassins are now going to start doing what they do best. This one up here on the roof is going to steady himself again and fire at you, Georgio. Yeah, that is going to be a 27 to hit.
Sure does.
All right. Oh, you're not close enough because she's like 12 foot down on the ground. Shit. Can't use it. Oh, wait, no, he had advantage because he's steady aimed. So that is sneak attack.
No, it's not.
Steady aim, bitches.
How you get steady aim when you're standing on a roof?
Steady aim, you just, as long as you don't move, you can give yourself advantage. So yeah, sneak attack. That is 24 piercing damage from that bolt as it sails into your rib cage.
Actions. I've already used my reaction. Already used my bonus action. Say the number again, 24?
24 total. This one over here is also going to fire at you. Let's see. Oh, I can't quite get there. Damn it. No, he's gonna steady aim as well. Just because he can't get where he wants to go. That is a 25 to hit. All right. Not as good. Damn, that's a lot of ones.
That's what he gets.
That is 14 piercing damage this time. This one over here is going to duck down and fire at you, Cedric. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That is 19 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to reduce some of that.
Okay. This one over here. None too happy about Balthazar. He does have half cover here. As this guy did move, so he can't steady aim, but he's going to try to shoot at Balthazar. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
My
no.
God.
It's not... He can't sneak attack. So...
Rip Balthazar.
So, but he is going to take... he is going to take a good amount of damage. He's not on death's door, but he's definitely bloodied after that shot. And he needs to make a concentration check for Bless. I'm going to roll this above the table. He has a... Let's see. Check this. He has a +4 to this roll. So he took 14 points of damage. So he needs to make a... So he just needs to roll a 6 up, I believe. Yes.
He's...
Oh my god. Okay. Bless is still up, baby.
Let's go.
He just holds on to it, man.
What's up?
What's up? All right. Tim, this one is going to fire at you.
Okay.
It's not, unfortunately, at advantage.
Depends.
Well, he can't steady aim because he had to move to get to you within range.
Good.
Like he says, it depends.
Yeah, can't think of a way to get. That's a 15. That's not going to hit.
No.
Damn, he's just out of range. Otherwise, he would have ran up on you and tried to stab you. Let's see. This one is... this one is going to cunning action disengage from you, Chugrulk. And this one is going to run up on you and try to stab you, Tim. Fortunately, does not get sneak attack, but you notice the knife he is wielding has a delirium crystal in the hilt of it.
Fuck you.
That is a 24 to hit.
Can't get out of it. I am going to. I don't want to fucking do it, but I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a chrono thing on him because I really can't take another thing of contamination.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll this on top of the table again. He has a +8 to hit on this. So... that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Fuck me, you can. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
That's 8 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please. You do not take another point of contamination.
Okay.
All right. Back to Lies. Even though she's looking quite hurt, she kind of just smiles at you. It doesn't say anything, but just kind of cocks her head and kind of drags her sharpened fingernail across her lip, kind of just drawing a little bit of blood as you watch Cedric, her visage just vanish in front of you.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. And that is their turn. Back to this sneaky motherfucker. Let's see here. They are going to target you, Tim, as you are right out in the open next to one of their buddies. Oh my god, dude. Rolled 2 3s on the dice.
Nice. Love that.
Is that a problem?
For me, it is. As they reappear here. As you hear the bolt cock, and as you turn around, it just zips by the socket of your ocular sensor, like your golden ring. It just kind of barely just tings off the end of it, as you see this like delirium tipped arrow just whiz by your eye. As you're like, oh shit. Just kind of sweating a few bullets there. They are going to rush up and try to get you with another strike. Is that... They're going to get on the other side of you to try to get advantage on the strike here with their dagger. That's going to be a nat 20.
Oh my fucking god.
And he's going to sneak attack.
Okay, whatever.
So this is... that is 61 points of piercing damage.
What?
Say that number again.
61.
Okay.
Because that's the sneak
All
attack.
right, well, I'm out.
Are you sure you didn't get those inverted?
No, that is 61 because that's the crit damage on a sneak attack from a level 10 rogue.
Gee whiz.
Okay.
And you're going to look down as just as he stabs you right in the rib cage, you feel his hand on the back of your head, Tim. I'll be taking that staff now. And as you fall unconscious, he just grasps the staff from your hand. Chugrulk, we're back to you. You watch as you just turn around, this other cloaked individual runs around you, kind of ducking down just underneath your elbow as they surround your companion, Tim. And you watch the tiefling stab him in the rib cage, just driving this blade deep into his underneath his armor as you watch the light in his eyes, or what could pass as eyes, go dull out of nowhere, and as he falls to the ground, grasps the staff out of his hand. What would you like to do?
Hang on. Is my Thunder Thrust recharged or not? Just two questions.
No, unfortunately, that you used that before you went into the tavern.
I thought so. All good, because that kind of makes things easier, because I was probably gonna overkill fucking what's his face if I did anything with it. All right, I'm gonna go down to near here, coming in from I'm gonna go to here and then come up to here.
Okay.
The rogue, if I'm not mistaken, I assume that the rogue is the one to the right of Tim.
They're both roguish archetypes. The one that's directly above you is the one that is basically looking real bad right now.
Yeah, and the other guy is the one that snuck attack him.
The right is the one
the one that crit him for a
fucking cannon.
Yeah. The one that just took him out.
Yeah. All good. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action and, screech Ignatius's name.
Okay.
While bleedingly, obviously upset at my friend, staring right at this fuckhead that's to the right of my boy. I'm about to go wild on these fam. All right. So I'm going to slice this guy to the right of Tim to start with.
Okay. All right. 23. Yeah, that definitely hits. All right. Just one sec. So you're going to use is it the 15 or the 19 is the radiant?
I believe that it's the 11 plus 19.
The 19. Okay, so that would be 30 total damage on that one. He's going to go ahead and use his cunning action to reduce that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to reduce that. Give me a sec here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to send my second attack to the same guy.
Okay. 21 definitely hits. Okay, so another 10. All right.
So do I get my extra damage as well? Is that 29 or is it 10?
No, you only get that once per turn, the radiant damage.
You're right. I just wasn't sure how. Again, it's been a little while.
Right. No problem. No, but you still have one more attack.
I just got because I was reading it. It's so while the sword is blazed, it deals an extra 4d6 radiant damage to any target it hits. The flames last until you use a bonus action to douse the blade, or until you drop or sheath the sword.
Right, but the damage is once per turn.
Okay, yeah. That's where I was confused. I was just letting you know.
Right.
All good. So okay, that's 2 attacks. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 2 attacks. You have 1 more.
1 more. Yeah. So I'm gonna send my last attack to the guy right above me.
Okay. A 25 definitely hits.
Get his ass.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Cool. Well, first things first, I'm going to kind of like do a cheeky throw of my blade into the air and catch it, like with my like fist facing down. I'm gonna shove this right into this thing's mouth and then kick it in the head away from me, and just kind of all the while staring at right at my voice. And then
as you make this man deep throat Ignatius, the blade going out the back of the head as you kick them in the chest and they fall limp on the ground.
That's it.
Okay. Tim, need a death save.
Okay.
That's 1 success. Georgio.
Good job, Tim.
So the tiefling is still alive.
Yeah,
She's
you're talking about the one next to
disappeared,
Tim?
though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
As far as you know, both of the tieflings are still alive. You don't know where the other one is. You see the one beside Tim as he took him down and then grabbed the staff out of his hand as he fell limp on the ground.
Okay. We'll do another. I get flanking if I'm across with Chugrulk, because Chugrulk is 10-foot reach, right?
Yes, you would.
Okay. I will bonus action use one of my psionic dice to do another telekinetic leap. Take that off. Confirm.
Does the
That'll give me
leap
the-
protect you from... Does it diminish fall damage, or is it just...
It's flying speed.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay, you're
presumably
good then.
have the ability to
Yeah,
just
you wouldn't
land
take fall damage.
safely, right?
Got it, yes.
I will land here.
Okay.
And I'll do, I think, the same thing. We'll just do a three attacks.
Okay.
So the first one, I've rolled a 19, so that's going to be a 28 to hit.
That definitely hits.
I'm going to roll the second one, is going to be a 20, which I presume would not hit. Oh wait, I get a plus d4, don't I?
Yes, you would still have a d4, because you still have bless.
The d4 is a 2, so it's 22.
Right. Both of those hit.
Okay, 22 hits. Okay, fantastic. I was thinking like 23 was the other one. And then the third one, I will do a grapple instead. So I'll roll that after I roll damage here.
Okay.
So damage is going to be 2d8 and 10. So 1, come on. 2 1s. All right, so 12 damage.
Okay.
I think the second one, I'll use the last charge on the ring then, because
Okay.
that's hardly any damage. And so we'll release that. Charges are out. And it's 1d6. So I have 12 damage, 6 more radiant.
Okay.
So 18.
They are bloodied.
And then the last one, just in case I don't kill it, I'll do a grapple instead. So this is going to be a 15 plus 4, so a 19. I don't think it's going to...
Okay. Well,
I don't know if
do
it's
your
gonna-
damage first on your second strike. What or was that the damage?
So it was 6 and 6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Plus,
So I already
it was,
got
yeah,
that
it was,
then.
It was
Okay.
6 and 6 plus 6 radiant. So first one was 6, the second one was 12. Total.
Gotcha. Okay, so I got that.
But 18 all of it for the first 2
okay.
attacks.
And what was the
third one I
total
rolled-
for the grapple?
So I rolled a 19.
19?
19
Okay.
on grapple.
So he just has to contest it with his acrobatics then.
I believe, yeah. I believe
Yes. So he rolled a nat 20 on his acrobatics check. So he ducks under as you
What
try
the
to grab
fuck?
him. And fucking rogues.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, with his bonus, I mean, that's a 29 total. Even without the crit.
I rolled a 6 on the dice. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, he has expertise in acrobatics.
Makes sense.
Even fucking rogues, man. Skill monkeys. Or skill tieflings in this case.
Is there? I haven't used my reaction to save my reaction. Should knock it down. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Could have done better at this.
Cedric, we are on to you. Your companion is on the ground, not moving, no signs of consciousness, and the staff is in the hands of the gray-skinned tiefling.
The one that's directly in front of
Between Georgio and Chugrulk.
and we don't know where the other tiefling is.
You do not see them. They vanished in front of you, and you have no idea at the moment where they are.
And how is this one looking?
Bloodied.
This one's looking bloodied, yes.
I could have killed it.
Yeah. I'm going to first start off bonus action, heal Tim.
Okay.
At a just enough to get him up right now. 10 healing.
Tim, what version of the Windows startup sound do they hear?
Windows 8 because I'm absolutely fucked.
But not as bad as Vista.
That's
Yeah,
been
if it was
his
Vista,
fucking
I'd still
choke
be on
I've
the
heard in a
fucking
while.
ground.
But
Alright,
you
so
are
we're gonna just
conscious
do
as you
fuck.
see the optical lenses open back up and the lights come back on underneath the torso of your companion Tim. So you are no longer making death saves, but you are prone on the ground, and you see the gray-skinned tiefling holding your staff in his hands.
And I'm gonna move up and say, "That's not yours. We don't know you," and attempt to comet smash him.
Okay.
And that would be with advantage, I believe, right?
Yes, you are flanking.
Okay. Okay, so 19.
Yeah, 19. Yes, just hits.
Okay, so this plus that, so... Or wait, it already adds the necrotic damage?
No, it's separate, so it would be 7 plus the...
Well, I
Plus
think it
your
is 7
divi-
plus 17.
Yeah,
Right, they're separate pieces, so it's 7, 17, and then your Divine Strike. Are you using Divine Strike?
Yeah, I'm going to use Divine Strike
So
on
it'd be a
it. I just
total
rolled
of-
the 1d. So I haven't rolled my Divine Strike yet.
So it'd
it
be a
rolls it-
total of
It
27.
It rolls it for you. It splits it. It shows it weird.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't see
shows-
it there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It puts in like if you have like a 2-option thing, it splits it even for 2. If you have a 3-option thing, it shows it as if
Oh,
the second option is a
I-
choice between 2, but that should just be evenly
Right.
split with 3.
I
show you
see.
all different things.
So,
Right, because it's
7,
different types
24.
of damage, because it's bludgeoning, necrotic, and
Yeah,
radiant. So,
so 27. I think,
27.
was would be what that is.
Ooh, that would have done it, but he's gonna use his cunning action to reduce that damage, just to stay up. He's gonna cut that in half to try to stay up, but that would have done it. That was just enough. But he is looking not great at all, but he's trying his best to try to stay on his feet.
And I'm just gonna yell over to Balthazar, "We need the staff."
Hold on one second. Let's see. That was 27 total, right? 17 and 3, so 27.
Yeah, seven
okay.
7 bludgeoning, 17 necrotic, and 3
Oh, never mind.
3 radiant.
Ooh, thank God for that rogue ability, man. That would have done it.
Bullshit.
Hey, man, rogues. Fucking rogues. Hard to fucking hit. Yeah, Balthazar.
Throw a fucking
Ooh.
rock.
About what he's gonna fucking do. He doesn't have much in the tank. Oh, he's going to. Let's see. What's this? Or is it? Fuck, what's it called? Not Toll the Dead, the other one. The other cantrip.
Bonfire.
Not Bonfire. The Radiant Strike or fuck, what is it called? You know which one I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's probably on your spell list. I forget what it's called.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't have a character sheet for this guy other than just some random shit they gave him.
I'm pulling it up right now. They're pulling up cantrips right now.
Not Scorching Ray. What is it called? It's It's a sink or suck spell, or it's a hit or miss spell, cantrip, like Toll the Dead, but it's not as good as Toll the Dead. Fuck. It's the only one he has. Fuck, I'm trying to find it. He had a stat block, or at least part of one. I'm gonna find it.
You're not thinking of Sacred Flame, are you?
Sacred Flame, that's it.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll this above the table.
Deck save.
Yeah, it's a deck save. So he has a 13 save.
Oh.
His DC is a 13, so Deceit has to roll, and Dex. Yeah.
Rogue rolling Dex.
Yeah,
what, like
rogue.
a 2?
He has to roll a 4 up.
All right, well.
I'm gonna roll this on the table. Okay. So unfortunately, it does not hit as he tries to cast Sacred Flame on the rogue to try to take him down, but unfortunately, it does not connect. The assassins are going to try to put some distance between you all. This one is going to duck over here, is going to fire at you, Georgio. In fact, most of them are going to target you because you're carrying the other seal. These two are going to try to get closer. These, yeah. So 2 of them are I'm gonna roll these above the table. So this guy over here, he has a +8 to hit with the crossbow. So that's gonna hit.
Yep.
And he's gonna sneak attack. see. Yep. 12 piercing damage. Okay. This guy here is going to strike as well. Also +8. That's going to miss completely. These three are all going to steady aim at you. So this is 2d20. So this is whatever the highest one is. Is the 7 and a 5. I don't think either one of those hits either way. Here's the next one. Yeah, that one's gonna hit.
If you put KH at the end, it'll keep the higher.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Right.
So like, if
So
roll
that's
2d20 KH as one one word,
gotcha.
2d20 KH.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, the 19 hits.
Okay. Well, the 19 plus 8, so that's a 27.
Right. Yeah.
So. That's 19 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the last one up here on the roof.
19, got it.
Yeah, that one's going to hit as well with another 27.
Yeah.
That's 26 piercing damage.
Okay. 26.
That you hear somewhere over in this general area a soft feminine voice. You're not 100% sure where, but Deceit. Come on over here now. We need to hurry on. Her Majesty is expecting us. We can always collect the other seal at a later time. And she is going to cast Vortex Warp under his feet. As you watch Deceit suddenly get sucked down into the floor and appear over here alongside over here in this location. But you don't see is it when they're casting a spell? Because he wasn't casting a spell.
No, yeah, I'm just at because he's being removed from.
Yeah,
my
it's
attack range. Yeah.
forced movement though. Do you have Sentinel?
No.
Then yeah, it's forced movement, so it's not. Yeah, it's not like he's choosing to leave your attack range.
Mm-hmm.
You do see, however, or no, you don't, because they are using greater invisibility. That's right. This is greater invisibility. So you hear the voice, but you don't see where it was coming from. But you do see that Deceit has suddenly reappeared over here outside your surround here. And you watch as he goes, "Thank you, sister." And he pulls his hood over his head, and you watch as he vanishes as well from view. You hear just a random voice echo out from multiple areas. You're not quite sure where it's coming from in this instance. Boys, make sure and do as much damage as possible to them. An extra bonus if you can bring back the remaining seal. And that is his turn. Chugrulk, we are on to you. What would you like to do?
Oh, hell.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think. I'm going to charge down towards this guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to strike at him.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 15 does not hit. It just misses.
Thought it wouldn't. So I'm gonna
You
strike
do
a second
have
time.
you still have bless though if you want to add a d4 to that roll.
True, a D4.
There's no reason to not.
Yeah. You can
Yeah,
add-
yeah, that's it. You're right. Yeah. Alright, yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. I will add the D4 to the 15 because obviously the 13 sucks.
Yeah, I don't think
so
Yeah, the first one would hit. The second one, if you rolled max, you might be able to. You can still roll it again.
because bless is free, right?
Bless is on every attack, yes.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So you would need to roll a 4 again for the second one to hit. Yeah, the second one's not going to hit.
Alright. So the first one hits. I'll just roll the damage for that. So.
Okay. And that's including the radiant damage?
Yeah, because it's the first one.
Okay.
So it only
A
works once, so
solid
20
strike as you cut down through the center of his chest, burning into him. He is bloodied.
Bloodied. Alright. And I'll strike my third into him as well.
Yeah, 28 definitely hits. How do you want to do this?
I think I'm going to do very similar to the last. Very similar. I'll do it less gruesome through the chest this time.
Okay. You stab him directly through the chest, the radiant energy searing through his thin leather armor as he is incinerated by the radiant energy of Ignatius.
I want it to be quite clear by this point when I lift the sword out of his chest, so that I'm practicing my javelin movements. Just trying to hone in on that.
All right.
Beautiful.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think just with the final movements, I would like to regroup.
Okay. Tim, we're back to you. You are prone. If you want to stand up, that's half your movement. But you are conscious. You're not making death saves.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just fireball this guy. I'll get up and I'll just do that.
Firebolt or fireball?
Firebolt.
Okay.
You don't want to just launch fireball down the alley and see if it explodes somebody.
Yeah, alright. No, I'm good.
Yeah, 25 definitely hits. Solid amount of damage.
Actually, disregard that one. I don't have the staff, so never mind. Just the 12.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Georgio. There are a handful of killers still surrounding you, most of which have been trying to take pot shots at you specifically, holding the Chancellor's crest in your hands, or on your person. But you do not see the two tieflings. They have vanished from your sight. You're not quite sure where they are in proximity.
I do. 60 to here. Yeah, I think if I go again 60, if I go 60, so telekinetic leap again, just to jump. Wait, I keep forgetting where the square is. 60's right there. And then I suppose it would investigation be to try and see if there's any signs of where the direction they went, or any clues to if they're still nearby. I know that they were using some magic to invisible themselves, so it would be unlikely, but I would like to take my whole action, one as thorough of a search as I can do in 6 seconds to look around for anything. So I don't know if that would be perception or investigation.
This would be, I would say, if you're taking your whole action. Ooh, are you trying to look in the generally around you, or are you trying to look far off in distances? Like what?
I presume they can move pretty far, and I would think that they moved immediately. So I would think, I mean, I'm moving, this is about where I last saw them. Where I'm standing is about where I last saw them, so I would be looking down, but looking for any signs if there's footprints, if there's, if I could hear anything. Maybe they didn't move and they're hiding somewhere. I would be shocked if I could find something, but it's not. It's.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. This is going to be a pretty high DC. I'm going to say, with the situation,
I've rolled,
adding to their already high difficulty class for the mage. I'm going to say that at minimum, you're going to need to hit a 23.
I hit a 24.
Okay.
Oh. I rolled an 18. So 24.
You barely begin to hear footsteps. Something coming from generally over here. As if soft pattering of some sort of footsteps in this area is what you begin to hear.
Which area can you?
Right where my marker is. Is it showing up on your end?
I don't see it, no.
Oh. It's... Why is that not showing on y'all's end? You see that one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where you're hearing footsteps right now.
Okay. I would like to action search.
Okay.
And then with my attacks, I have the 2 hand axes, and I will throw them in that direction and hope they hit something.
All right. Both of these are going to be at disadvantage.
Sure.
Okay.
Where's my other d20? So at disadvantage, I've rolled a nat 20 and a 17, so that's going to be a 27.
Nice.
Okay.
As the worst of the 2.
You
on the first attack.
okay? The first strike, you definitely make contact with something. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I also.
The shield's not going to help right now.
What's that?
I said a shield's not going to help right now with that roll.
Okay. So.
But go ahead and roll the damage. Yeah.
But I also have Psionic Strike.
Okay.
So if I hit something with the target and I deal damage with a weapon, I can expend dice to deal 1d10 plus 2 force damage. And then if I deal damage with Psionic Strike, I can force them to make a saving throw, or they are knocked prone. A strength saving throw, or they're knocked prone.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is.
So roll your damage.
Everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. There's a lot. So the damage from the hand axe itself, the first hand axe, is going to be 1d6 and 6. So that's 12 damage from the hand axe.
Okay.
And then the Psionic Strike is 1d10 plus 2. So that's going to be 12 damage. I'm rolling max dice on these, I promise. So that's going to be 12 and 12, so it's 24 damage. And then it's a DC 14 strength save. And if they don't make the strength save, they are knocked prone.
How do you want to do this? You hear this blood-curdling scream as you watch lies suddenly reappear with an axe in her spine.
Now I know where they are, so I'm gonna throw the
Well, you
second
know where
one.
one of them
As-
is.
Yeah. So, but as right next to it is where I'm aiming the second one.
Okay.
So I'll sling the second one. Is this also going to be at disadvantage? Right?
Yeah,
Same thing, or do I have
absolutely
to-
a disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yes.
So this one's going to be much worse. I've rolled a 2 and a 7. So that's going to be, I think the lower of the two is plus 10, so 12 damage to hit.
Unfortunately, a 12 does not find purchase in anything. As you
Okay.
watch the purple-skinned tiefling collapse to the ground, bleeding out on the ground, the life force in their eyes still present as they struggle to hold on to what little is left of their mortality, but you do not find purchase with the second strike. You still
I know
have
that we've
one
talked
more
about it
strike,
before.
I believe.
I know that we've talked about it before, and I cannot remember how we decided it worked. But the telekinetic leap that I have, I'm going to read it to you again, just so that this is what's on the on the thing. Where is it? Bonus action. You go. As a bonus action, you can propel your body with your mind. You gain a flying speed equal to twice your walking speed into the current turn. So I jumped 60 feet. Do I still have the 30 feet of movement? Do I still have a 30 feet of movement for walking speed?
No, because it's your
flying speed, but I don't know if it's just my maximum speed.
Your maximum
becomes
movement does not
60.
change.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the 60.
Because you've already
flying,
had your
I'm-
movement for the turn.
Yeah.
You would have to spend another action to move again.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, your flying speed was a total of 60, which is your total movement.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping I don't have, so I can't. I don't.
Because
have anything
otherwise,
else.
like, flying races would be even more busted because then you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
run
yeah.
and fly at the same time. Or run and swim at the same time. Because it's your total movement, one or the other.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else that I can throw. I don't have anything else that I can do. I don't think. I guess I'll just call out to the other guys and say, I know that they're in here. One of them is dead.
Okay.
And that's all that I can do.
Cedric, we're back to you. You watch as Giorgio flings this axe on just a whim and a whisper of movement and catches the mage directly in the back as they collapse to the ground, beginning to bleed out. Not completely dead, but definitely unconscious and dying.
Okay, and we don't... Or... Giorgio, did you see, like, the staff at all?
No.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to lose another seal. Or... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clutch my chest real quick and call on Oldemara real fast to see if they can help
Real
us in this
quickly.
moment. Yeah, just real quick. Just ask them like, hey, can you come here and like?
So you're gonna roll
these
divine
people are being really
intervention.
rude. Yeah, and I'm gonna roll divine intervention and just see if like they can come out and just be like, they're trying to steal stuff from us, and you know my goals. Like we've talked about it in the past. Is there like any way that you can maybe like trip them up, make sure that we can see them here? Like anything would be great right now.
Okay. As you say this prayer to yourself, as you clutch your holy symbol in your hand, Tim and Chugrulk, you would hear the name of his deity that he's calling to, asking for this divine intervention to intervene, and you would know that there are pretty well-known gods, or older deities, old gods of this world that were superseded primarily by the sacred flame as one of the most predominant religions across the continent. But you know of old gods. You know of a handful. You know a handful of neutral, good, and some less than savory. This is one of the latter. Cedric, while that's going on, go ahead and roll your divine intervention.
You betcha.
So you need to
So it has
roll
to
an
be
11 down, I think?
11 or less.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, is it a D20 or a D100?
Oh shit, it is a D100.
I was like, wait a minute. That's amazing, but that's a D... Yeah, that's a D20, and it needs to be a D100. It's a percentile
Right, I was
dice.
just priming it up.
We love
One
this.
Still could happen.
100.
Getting over 3.
Yo!
Wow, that's actually
Okay.
kind of crazy.
I cannot fucking believe that just happened.
God, if you're there,
God, if you're
can we
there.
please have the staff back?
Hello, God, it's me, Margaret.
For those watching at home, that is a fucking less than 10% chance, or 11% chance, if you want to be pedantic. That is fucking insane. Ever so faintly, you hear at first, Cedric, just the echoes of nothing. The whispers of emptiness. Until... Oh, my sweet child. I suppose this is of great importance. And Tim and Chugrulk and Georgio, you hear this voice, this disembodied voice, for the first time. It is as interesting as it is unsettling to hear all at once. What was your exact request, Cedric?
I wanted basically them to just like be revealed in that moment and just be stopped.
Ah. I see. You're asking the god of deceit, lies to unmask another. Oh, the irony in this is thick. I like it. But know that this will cost you in the future. I expect great things from you. Our deal is still set in stone, Cedric. And you hear suddenly this... Ah! This scream
Yeesh.
as these angered tentacles erupt from the ground, the rocks beside this building, just as this gray-skinned tiefling was about to step out and away from your line of sight behind this building, cries out and is locked in place by these shadowy tendrils beside this building. You see them grip on, piercing through his appendages, through his legs, his arms, and grasping around his throat as he is locked in place by this divine energy, the likes of which none of you have ever seen. It is as awe-inspiring as it is extremely disturbing, as he is just screaming out in agony as these shadowy tendrils wrench at his very soul as they hold him in place, and he is unable to move. Balthazar, looking at this, is just doesn't know. Hearing this voice, does not know what is going on. Do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Before I step, is there anything else you wanted to do, Cedric? Sorry, apologies.
I'm just gonna move there and just say, don't worry about it, guys. We got him. Georgio's over there.
We
And
got
just-
him, he says.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
And
I can't fucking believe you rolled on a percentile dice and got that. I'm not even mad. That's fucking amazing.
yeah, baby.
I tried
Fucking
everything I could to
insane.
get that staff and get that fucking pendant. Aside from just throwing the book at you guys, I mean, I literally.
Fucking crazy.
That's
We have the gods'
wild.
favor, JJ.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the God of
fucking
Rose
RNG,
decided.
man. And somebody did some unholy shit before this session.
Yeah. Thankfully, he
Oh.
didn't know the guy was a rogue and was just okay with,
So is that the end of your turn, Cedric?
That's all I got, man.
Balthazar, hearing this voice, this unsettling, otherworldly presence, is just shaking as he continues to hold on to his bless spell, but can do nothing else as he stares at you all. And as he looks at you, Cedric is just suddenly just wrapped with fear more than anything else. Spudley, how are you doing on your time? Are you still good?
Oh, you just said about
Yeah, probably got like
25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Okay, cool. I didn't see when that message you sent to me was.
Oh yeah, no, that was
Oh.
only recent. So yeah.
Okay, cool. These guys, the assassins, unsure of what to do, are going to try everything they can to try to stop you. Cedric, these two are going to try to attack you. The first is this guy is going to try to run up and stab you. Getting a 16 to hit, which I don't think hits.
Nope.
This guy is going to try to shoot you with a crossbow. That's a nat 20.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's sneak attack. That is 48 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that hurts quite a bit.
This one is going to...
Can I, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I still have the reaction, and so I will use it to reduce that damage. With,
Okay.
The side field says 1d10 plus 2. Where's my d10? Where did the d10 go? I've been rolling it. Here it is. So that's 6 and 2, so 8 damage less.
So
Thank you.
40 total. Not as bad, but still pretty bad.
Yeah, it still hurts.
Still hurts. This one... let's see. Somebody roll me a d6.
Ooh. No,
I can
my
roll it.
My rolls have been shit. I'm good.
Okay. That is gonna... He's gonna rush up and try to stab you, Chugrulk. He was debating between you and Balthazar, so he's gonna choose you because he's feeling bold. He's feeling spicy. That's... I'm not joking. That's another nat 20.
Dude,
Oh my
what
fucking god.
Dude, these dice are hot tonight.
Chugrulk can't be crit.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
It's true.
I,
So,
God,
and this
someone
isn't sneak
remembers this
attack.
shit.
I remember that.
That's true, he
Thank God
can't be
for that,
crit.
huh?
Chugrulk can't be crit and crits on 19
That's
because
9
fucking
piercing damage.
Bugbear fighter. Like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
you
wild,
lucky
dude.
son of a bitch, dude. God, that would have been so nasty.
Jesus.
Well, no, it wouldn't have been too bad because he wasn't getting sneak attack anyway. It just would have been nastier. This one, on the other hand, is going to try to attack. And he's going to try to shoot you. That is an 18 to hit, which does not hit. So they're trying everything they can. They have no idea what's going on. They're just attacking anything, trying to smother whatever this is. Well, Lies is... she needs to make a death save. That's a success. You can see she's, like coughing up blood. But seems to still show some amounts of life. Deceit is completely bound by these shadowy tendrils. Chugrulk, it is your turn.
Right, okay. Well, I think to start with, I'm just going to swing at him next to me.
Okay.
Holding over my boy.
17 just hits, yes. And are you using the radiant damage?
Yeah, for my first one, I will, yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Just fucking
Nice.
one shot that guy.
I'm a swing at him as if I'm like ready for a second swing, and like my blade like goes straight through the body, and he just falls, and I'm like, oh wait.
You carve him from shoulder down to waist into two.
Perfect.
You still have 2 attacks and your movement.
Yeah, like with halfway through getting ready for my mid swing, noticing he's dead. I'm gonna dash up to this car over to this position.
Okay.
And take my second swing on the run into him.
Okay.
As I come
A 22 definitely hits.
in. Looking for shit to swing out at this point.
How do you want to do this? I see you're just a fucking ninja blender through here.
Yeah, as I say, I'm running, and just with the like sheer force of the the running like motion, I'm just slicing through this guy as I come through, and just leave him in the dust over to here.
All right.
There we go. Okay.
And then similarly, just swinging straight into the.
Yeah, another hit. I don't think you can kill this one, but go ahead. Yeah. Another you.
Roll this at advantage.
Oh, that's right. You are flanking. Go ahead and roll.
Roll
Yeah,
this at
see if you crit.
Nah, but no, your attack.
Yeah,
Your
so
attack.
roll. Yeah, roll to
Yeah.
hit again.
Sorry.
19 or 20.
No.
Roll another
Okay.
one.
That would have been crazy though.
That would have been.
That was the second one, Georgio.
Oh, it's the.
The 29 was the first one. The 13 was the second one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because he was, he would have hit anyway, but the 13 definitely doesn't hit. So the 29 is the higher roll. Yeah, but still a solid strike as you stab this guy as he's trying to attack Cedric. You see Cedric's eyes now with the close proximity are just pitch black, and there's this oily, like vaporous, thick smoke billowing out from them as if he is just channeling some sort of extremely potent negative energy.
The vibes are atrocious.
It is terrifying watching this at a close proximity. Georgio, you can just now begin to see this as well. These billowing, like smoky tendrils holding this tiefling in this awful, like gruesome, like it's like pulling him back from around the throat, almost like just bending him backwards in this unnatural angle at this point, holding him in place just as he screams out, writhing in pain. Tim, we're on to you. You see the purple-skinned wizard tiefling struggling to hold on to life with one of Georgio's axes in her spine. And you see Cedric just reaching out with some strange energy you've never seen before. some divine, terrifying energy. And you watch as the tiefling, the Gracian tiefling, has dropped the staff, and they're just writhing in pain from these tendrils, like piercing their limbs and wrapping around their throat.
Did he drop the staff? Fantastic.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're held by some sort of divine energy.
Staff on the ground is good news.
Staff on the ground. Staff on the ground.
But what would you like to do, Tim?
5, 10. Alright, I'm gonna move my movement at 30.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm mad and hurt. Let's see. Hold on.
Hey, real deep, real dumb. I think you got something that belongs to me.
And I'm gonna fucking drop a fireball on him. I'm fucking over it. I'm
Hell
fucking
yeah,
over it.
dude.
They fail automatically. They can't move. The one is
Yeah.
unconscious, so they that's automatic 2 failed death saves. Yeah, go ahead and just go ahead and roll the damage. As you sling this fireball at these 2 tieflings.
I'm casting it at 4th level.
Oh god. Just adding insult to
I'm
injury.
over this. I am so over this.
Oh shit. Well, I don't have the
4th
fireball
level
ring.
Fireball is killing me.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay.
have
I
it.
think it was under yours because I put it somewhere. There you go. You watch the 2 of them vaporize. The mage incinerated before they even knew what hit them. The other one, you watch as their flesh begins to, even with their fire resistance of their lineage, it is not enough to withstand the arcane blast of this fireball. But what you do see, Tim, Cedric, Chugrulk, Georgio, and even Balthazar, this fireball, as it begins to engulf these 2 tieflings, you watch as that smoky vapor and arcane or divine energy envelops and turns this bright red and yellow fire to a smoky pitch black. The heat is still there, but all light has been sucked out of this flame. And you swear as you stare into this exploding spell, this arcane ignition, you see what looks like some sort of mask, a face, one side split down the middle by some sort of gruesome stitching, an upward curling grin, the other side almost a pearl white, with a frowning lip curling down towards the chin. As it looks back, looks past all of you, and looks at you, Cedric. Do not forget our deal, little priest. Before it and sucks into a singularity and vanishes in a puff of black ichor, leaving nothing but a scar upon the ground and a soot-covered, inscrutable staff.
Right on.
For the sake of
Cleric, but
brevity,
that's okay.
yes, we will say that you have swiftly dispatched the other one.
There's the one guy that's
The one dude's like, nah, I would just imagine. Well, you guys describe to me. How do you dispatch as he tries to run away?
Just like
Do we
this.
do we interrogate
Look in
him?
the Discord.
If you want to. Here, I'll tell you what. Roll me. Since you're the closest, Tim, you would see this individual trying to hop down. I'm gonna make him make a check here. I can't make this up. He fucking falls off the roof and snaps his leg. He rolled a 1. And falls prone. And he is just struggling to get back up. Tim, you're the closest to see this. What do you do? We're no longer in initiative.
Well, first and foremost, hang on.
Well, I don't think he's going anywhere, so.
He's got a broken leg and he's struggling.
All right, so I'm gonna go get the staff. I'm gonna pat Giorgio and Cedric on the back. I'm gonna say, you guys are fucking nuts. I love it.
Well, he's trying to crawl away. He's moving at half speed while you're doing this. So what are you guys doing? You can kill him, interrogate him. I mean, he's not moving very quickly.
I'm not. I would love to interrogate him, but I am not the menacing type. So if someone else wants to take a crack at, I just basically want to just figure out who fucking sent him.
Yeah, I'll attempt to run over and get to him.
I gotta go pick up my hand axe. Gotta look through the soot and the the ashes of these two vaporized.
There is
tieflings from my hand axe.
nothing left.
Yeah.
They have been incinerated to their very souls.
Hopefully my hand axes are still okay. I gotta
Your
figure
hand
this out.
axes are fine.
Yeah.
They're resistant to arcane damage. They're magical items.
They're fireball proof. It's all right.
Yeah, they're fireproof. They're adamantine to an extent.
Yeah.
You're forged with meteoric iron and adamantine. You're fine. But there is no sign of the tieflings. They are nothing but ash. Cedric, as you still carry with you some of this intimidating energy of your deity, and you watch as this man scrambles, trying to step up with a broken leg as he steps down just in fear of what just occurred. Trying to step away, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep going for him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna catch up to him and grab him by the broken leg.
He screams, "Ah! Ah! Ah!"
And I'm gonna say, "You see that guy over there?" And I'll point to Balthazar. I'll say, "He did all the tentacle shit." And say, "Do you want
Give
me
me
to do
either a
this? Do you want
deception
me to
or
do this?"
intimidation check.
Fucking funny. Holy shit.
Oh,
Give me a deception or intimidation check.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
I wiggle his leg while I'm saying it.
Giorgio, Chugrulk, and Tim, all of you give me an insight check.
Not bad. Hey, that's
You
cool.
all look right at Cedric and fully believe as he points to Balthazar and says it came from him.
Really? Oh, fuck.
Either by some just sheer force of will or just the force of Cedric's words.
This is still a residual part of the divine intervention.
You're not sure what's going on, but
Tricking everyone.
you see him point with absolute certainty in his voice, still sort of echoing out with the remnants of what just occurred. And he points right to Balthazar, and Balthazar's too scared and confused to even utter an objection.
Even Balthazar is like, are you sure? That was really
You can't tell what's going on with
That
Balthazar.
was
He's
cool.
just on his knees at this point, horrified. Cedric, what do you say to this man as you have him lifted up by his broken leg? He's not very... I mean, compared to your frame and your size, you can lift him with relative ease.
Yeah, I say he's a loose cannon. He will do anything to get information from you, and we don't want to do that. So why don't you just tell us who sent you? And while I'm saying this, I'm like walking over to the rest of the group, just holding him in the air, like dragging his head across the ground.
The queen of this, she sent them the... And as you say this, you hear a... And you see a bolt sail through his neck. From one side to the other.
direction.
As he goes silent and limp in your hand. What was that, Giorgio?
Which direction did it come from?
Give me a perception check.
15.
It's hard to say. It's extremely foggy in this area. The haze has begun to inset, and what little light was left, given the fact that you don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
It's almost impossible to tell. You have the general idea that came from the from southeast of you, but there's so many rooftops and ledges and vantage points here. You're basically sitting ducks.
All right.
Well, that shit sucks.
As you collect yourselves in this moment, uncertain of what just transpired. Some of you never have heard of anything like that ever occurring. And you feel fairly certain you believe what your companion said, that was Balthazar who did that. But nevertheless, whatever entity intervened in this fight, you retain your pair of seals to the city, having almost lost the inscrutable staff, barely holding on to the Chancellor's crest. Still a ways to go to safety, but overcoming at least one challenge in this already challenging day. With that, I think we'll go ahead and end for the evening and pick this up next time.